flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. So at this time, we'll have a roll call of the board.
Randy Gray.
Here.
Aaron Reinfeldt.
Here.
James Cudlow.
Here.
Tricia Riddle-Bazey.
Here.
Michael Dunlap. Mark Lee.
Here, we do have a quorum tonight. We can conduct business. The next item is the approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda tonight?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Support.
Okay, we have a motion and support. Discussion on the motion? Hearing none, roll call, please. Oh, no. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I'm used to all the roll calls we had last week, our last meeting. Okay, with that, we'll open the first call to the public. This will be for agenda-related items. Is there anyone wishing to address the board on an agenda-related item? Yes, ma'am. Is this agenda-related?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Margaret Egan, and my friends call me Maggie. I've been a resident of Green Oak Township for almost 45 years. And we see there's, you're going to be voting on Resolution 13-2025. I believe it's to support maintenance for a portion of a trail, future trail, that the Metro Parks are planning. And I would like to encourage you to vote yes and pass that resolution to fund the maintenance for that trail. It's a fantastic idea. I think trails support the neighborhoods and property values and healthy living, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else wishing to address the Township Board for an agenda-related item? Seeing none at this time, we will close the first public comment period. We will move on to the consent agenda. You have the approval of the August 6, 2025 regular board meeting minutes and the approval of the submitted bills list in the amount of $372,386.18. Any corrections, clarifications?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as submitted.
Support.
Okay, we have motion, we have support, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, motion carries. Okay, we'll go on to department head reports. I'm going to look at Chief. Do you have a report tonight, other than your agenda item?
So really quick, we just hired somebody. She's in from July 28th. She is from Monroe County. She was with them for 3 years. She started with us July 28th. She was sworn in. So we just wanted to introduce her, and she wanted to forego the whole ceremony and the pinning.
Wanted
She's
to
like
keep it
hard pass.
low key,
So
right?
we actually had to buy her lunch to get her here for this.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to meet you
Welcome.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
Okay, with that, our fire chief is not here tonight, so Trish, do you have a treasurer's report?
Just that we're in the height of tax collection, and the auditors are here. The single audit is going on, and utility billing, so it's been interesting. So I can just say it's not been boring since I've been back from my conference, but the conference went really good in Indiana and well represented for Green Oak. But talk to me on September 25th, and I'll let you know when things slow down. So everything is really good right now, and my staff is doing a great job, and they were really amazing while I was gone. So that's about it for me. Nothing exciting.
Okay, we don't have a clerk's report tonight and supervisor's report. The only thing I can report on is I have been spending the last week or week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, with Trish and Randy. We went out to the Hidden Lake Wastewater Treatment Plant, and since our visit, with the new blowers working, running up to full speed, our what's called our TIN, which is total inorganic nitrogen levels, our limit is 5 milligrams per liter. or parts per million, excuse me. We are down to under 1, and it's going down each day. So putting the new blowers, the higher efficiency airflow to the sewer treatment plant is working. Odors are down, and the odor control system is still working. We've not had any odor complaints, so we're on the right track with that portion of the sewer treatment plant, the Hidden Lake Sewer Treatment Plant. And also with some of Randy's help and Trish's, I've got the DPW guys spending a little more time out at Coleman Park. We did have Heartland Septic out there to pump the pit toilets. And what I have set up with Heartland Septic is right at or about Memorial Day each and every year, they will be back and they will take that task on every year. So we are now scheduled once a year. So next item, we'll have CNL is going to come out and assist us in moving a lot of the brush, because the brush we're pushing out of the way with the tractors, we'll be loading onto them, and then we're going to start working around the restrooms to get rid of all that brush and also poison ivy. So we've got a plan to open it up and clean it up and, and get it ready for story walk. So that's supervisor's report. So with that, we will move into the next item. A Police Department Accreditation Award. Gentlemen, welcome.
Well, good evening, and certainly thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight to honor and recognize your fine police department. My name is Ron Wiles. I'm the Executive Director with the Michigan Association Chiefs of Police. Did my law enforcement career at Grambling Township in Genesee County, where I served for 26 years, and the last 6 years had the honor of serving as their Chief of Police. You're all somewhat familiar with accreditation. There's a lot of professions that have accreditation programs. Your kids go to accredited schools. When you need medical attention, you go to an accredited hospital. Law enforcement is no different. Accreditation is a progressive, time-proven way for a law enforcement agency to improve their overall performance and level of service. Now, the foundation of the program lies in the voluntary compliance of 128 professional standards. Now, the key word there is voluntary. No one's making the agency do this. They do it for the sole reason of getting better. And I can tell you that accreditation is a significant professional accomplishment. It's an accomplishment that shows this agency's commitment to excellence and professionalism. I can also tell you that we don't just give out these awards. These awards are earned. If you didn't know, in Michigan, there are 573 police agencies. To date, 94 police agencies across the state have successfully completed the accreditation process. Let me put that a different way for you. Your agency has done something that only 16% of the police agencies in Michigan have been able to do. You should be very proud of this accomplishment and their commitment to continue to serve with the integrity, pride, and purpose that is expected and deserved in Green Oak Township. Excuse me. And with that, I'd like to introduce our Accreditation Program Director, Matt Silverthorne.
Clap. I used to clap it at my conferences.
Hi, thanks for having us here. Like I said, my name is Matt Silverthorne. I'm the Accreditation Program Director. I retired from White Lake Township in March after 28 years. I grew up in Hamburg, right next door. So I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to recognize the police department. As the director said, there are 128 standards, but the people who actually work on it probably tell you that in reality there's probably about 600 standards, because each standard has specific bullet points within them that they have to address. The governing body of this organization is the Michigan Law Enforcement Accreditation Commission. It includes members of the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police and the Michigan Sheriff's Association, prosecuting attorneys, university heads, and civilian advisory boards. So the process is, after they apply, the agency has to go through every single policy within the department and determine if those fit the standards. If they don't, they have to modify them and update them to fit the standards. Then they have to prove that they're following those policies to the standard. So after they've done that process, they're scheduled for an on-site assessment. So I assigned 2 trained assessors, which are command officers from different departments throughout the state that have been trained in that and come from accredited agencies. And they come here, and over 2 days they conduct an assessment. They do a detailed examination of the policies and proofs, and if they're being followed, they interview members of the agency, government and the public, so some of you might have actually been interviewed during that process. They ride along with an officer, and they have a public call-in session where the public's allowed to call in and comment. They then write a detailed report which goes to the MELEAC board, and then the chief and his team have to go before that board and answer questions regarding that report. Over the course of this process, the Green Oak Township Police Department has met all of these requirements and achieved accreditation. Congratulations to Chief Kramer and his team. And we have your award here for you, Chief.
Deferring that acceptance to these two, they did all the work.
They did. Thank you. Hold on, I'm gonna take pictures. We did a. Hold on, it's a straight. Yes.
At least you guys
It's to your level, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hold on, because, you know, our internet's so great here, so. All right, somebody else give me a phone that mine. Oh, nope, I got it.
Nope.
We're good, sorry. There we go.
Yeah.
No, stop. You guys want to get in with her? All you guys? You too. You did. No. Do you guys mind getting in the picture as well? Yeah, please get in the picture. Ready?
Where's the podium and why?
I got you. I've done this a few times. Right, got it. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Chief, anything else?
Nope.
Now, what I would like to say is thank you. Thank everybody that worked on this, and I think this is a moment that all of us are extremely proud of our police department and the hard work and the dedication that everybody puts in for this. So thank you very much from everybody.
And I would like to say as well, being an accreditation chair for a national organization, that it's a daunting task, and being part of, being interviewed by you guys, like, education is key, accreditation is key, and it's showing your community that you're dedicated to the things that, I mean, the state, like you said, it's voluntary, it's not a requirement. You're doing that on your own and not being required. I think that says a lot about not just, you know, Green Oak and the job that you ladies did. I know you were the front line dealing with everything, but the whole entire police department. I know I appreciate being a resident, so
Yep.
thank you guys very, very much for all your hard work. 16%, you should be proud. Out of 500 and some odd municipalities, that's great.
Yeah,
That's amazing, yes. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Give it a few seconds here.
Thank you guys
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, there's no correspondence tonight, so we'll go into business items. And the first item is the Greenwoods wastewater treatment plant purchase. As I think most of you will remember, this is something we started on, oh man, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, longer than that, I believe. And there's been some bumps in the road here and there. A lot of it circled around Eagle, and Eagle's applying their PFAS and PFOS standards to groundwater discharge plants, and we had to wrestle through that. I think we're pretty much past that. One of the things in preparation for this was, I think one of the concerns that we had earlier is the Greenwoods wastewater treatment plant fiscally viable as it is out there right now? And part of the purchase documents is a requirement for the purchase documents for Greenwood's wastewater treatment plant to furnish all of their financial documents. And I can say this whole stack is their financial documents. And what I have done is taken their financial documents and all their financial data and converted it into the same format, same spreadsheet that we use for the sewer treatment plant and the water system. So it's easier for us to analyze. I've sent that over to Ken Polka at Pfeffer, Hannaford, and Polka. And Ken agrees with me. Right now, the wastewater treatment plant is functioning, and we don't like to use the term profit, when you're dealing with governmental utilities, but it is paying for itself and putting some money aside. That's one side of it. So that is operating efficiently financially. Flow-wise, there's a situation where in any sewer treatment plant and water treatment plant for that, whether you have enough customers to actually support the process. We're at the point now where Greenwood's wastewater treatment plant has sufficient customers so that the flow is coming to the plant, so it's functioning. Could it use more flow? Absolutely. But that won't happen until the legacy development comes on. But it is functioning. It's functioning within its permits. There's been another concern that we had initially is where do they stand with Eagle? There are no outstanding Eagle violations. They're all in compliance. So I think we've gone through everything. We've done our tour of the plant. I've said it over and over again. I wish the Hidden Lake Sewer Treatment Plant had all the components that Greenwoods has. And everything that Greenwoods has, we've now had to retrofit the Hidden Lake plant, the screen room, odor control. So it's a great looking plant for a sewer plant. I mean, there's no better way to say it.
Mark, would you say that both sewer systems now are kind of running the same way? The equipment is pretty much...
Equipment-wise, yes. They have the same high-efficiency blowers. The Greenwoods has one SBR. It's set up for 3, but that will come with the expansion. And part of that is, and if you look at the agreement, let's see, I have it here. Trying to kind of hit some highlights here. Right now, the Greenwoods wastewater treatment plant is set up by permit for 854 REUs. That's Green Oak Crossing at 142, Willow Woods at 97 REUs, Legacy Park at 585, and the future service area at 300. As the plant is set up right now with the one SBR, they're capable, and you'll see it in the document, capable of 400 REUs, which is the 142 REUs from Green Oak Crossing, 97 REUs from Willow Woods, 30 REUs from the service area, and 131 additional REUs from the Legacy Park residential once they start building. Once they start building and they hit 131 homes, that triggers the expansion. And the expansion they will be doing is up to 1,000 REUs on their dime, no cost to the township. So at the end of the day, they'll use 854, and we'll have the difference between 854 and 1,000 REUs to use for other areas within the township. And that doesn't say that with some slight modifications of the beds, that Eagle permit, discharge permit can be expanded beyond the 1,000. So I think it's a good deal. I've said it all along. I am a proponent of the municipality owning and operating wastewater treatment plants, just as I'm a proponent of municipalities running and owning water treatment facilities. I don't think homeowner associations have any business in doing that. But that's a personal opinion.
Well, me being an HOA, if I had a wastewater treatment plan, being president of it, I would absolutely be like, there's no way. So I've toured both of them, and to see what goes into it, and then having the conversation with Mark, because my biggest concern as the treasurer is, what is this gonna bring to my staff? What are we gonna have to do? And watching and seeing that they're already prepared, I think, for the expansion at Greenwoods. And I'm not gonna speak of what that machine's called, but I think they're already have that spot to be able to do the expansion, and then going to Hidden Lake, realizing what it takes to run a wastewater treatment plant is not of the faint of heart, or an HOA to run it. So, I am 100% on board with this, because I do see what's put into it. I'm looking at what we're gonna do for probably the next maybe year of when we take it over and doing the billing, and then the expansion and bringing on legacy. I know it's gonna bring in the funds to the township, not only just sewer, but the additional water, you know, customers or residents, I should say. So I just think that they built it knowing, and then knowing that they're gonna deal with the cost of the expansion makes me feel a bit more comfortable that the township's not like taking it all on their back with getting this agreement with them.
Yeah, and with this agreement, if the board approves it and we purchase, there's a couple things. As you read through the document, there's still a requirement for them to supply this. They already did, but I'll ask for updated financials. All the way through the document, if we don't like what we see, we have escapes all the way through. I think Carol did an excellent job. She did some pretty heavy-duty fighting with Tyler, their attorney. We basically got everything, and then there's one section that we had a little tug of war on, but our last rendition of it, they accepted it or they didn't read it, I don't know. But there was the portion where once they make that investment and they expand the plant, obviously there's going to be higher costs for another SBR running. There's going to be higher costs for more blowers running. So there's a provision in there that if at that time, because of the expansion, there's not enough revenue coming in to support that expansion, they cover that cost and that shortfall until there's enough users to cover that. So this is no cost to the township. And the other portion of it is all of the sewer mains within the Legacy Park, that will become township property, an asset of the township. They will build the pump station, that's on their dime. The transmission line from the pump station along Spicer Road to the sewer treatment plant, that's on their dime too.
Right.
So I think we've covered the bases.
Mark, I agree with you 100%. I was on our neighborhood board for about 10 years, and there's no way that board members would have been able to handle this. This is absolutely the only way.
Without mentioning the homeowners association, I was just made aware of an HOA here within the last couple of weeks that did a 50-50 split. And almost a knockdown, drag-out fight, whether they build a swing set down at their beach. Really? I find that building a swing set for the kids and you have a 50-50 split on the board, it's okay. No, I don't think that should be in the hands of somebody running sewer treatment plant.
Well, and I just don't think there's enough cost involved or what they pay as residents of what you pay for your HOA fee to have somebody, again, I don't know how other HOAs run, but we don't get paid for what we do. We just serve that board, we try to do the stuff, and to see what's literally involved in that plant, I don't think at any point an HOA should run a wastewater treatment plant if the township is in the right position in what they're offering us, I think is, and again, it's adding more work to me, but at the same time, Mark and I have looked at that, and we've actually increased, money that's coming into my department to help, cover those costs, because we're adding another whole billing for water and sewer when we bring them in, and then legacy when they come in. So I'll get off my soapbox, but I am finally it's not a soapbox, but it's, I just think that it's gonna be good for the homeowners, and that's what I think we do as a board, is we look to benefit the homeowners of the township, no matter what what we have to do to get there, and I think this is good.
I would have to say, Mark, that probably the problems that you had over Hidden Lake educated you to the extent
Yeah.
that
Oh, my
This-
God.
we must feel very secure on this. And
Yeah.
I think the residents probably don't know if they're watching, if anybody's watching. We're paying $1 for this sewer system.
Yeah.
Yep. And the thing is, I like to equate it, and again, it sounds like I'm knocking a homeowners association board. I'm really not.
No.
Because they don't have the expertise, and a lot of times the decisions are controlled by the amount of dollars that are in the checking account. Whereas the township and the municipality, which has the right legally to assess, that's key. We have the ability to assess costs. We run the sewer treatment plant, the water authority, all of that is based on what is required under the law. If Eagle has requirements to run something, we run it per that, and as costs go up, we assess the cost to the users of the system. And that's how you keep something environmentally in check. So, again, I've brought this to the board. The next step is, if the board agrees, we execute this document, which starts the process. A lot of things have to happen, the purchase agreement, the title work, all of that is borne by the seller.
So it's no cost, again, to the township?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we don't need a motion on this, do we?
Yep. You
Yes,
need
we
a
do.
motion
We
to
do.
execute the real
Execute it.
estate purchase agreement and direct the supervisor and clerk to execute.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, we have motion, we have support. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Kelly, could we have a roll call, please?
Dave Sucko,
Yes.
Randy Quaid,
Yes.
Dan Reinko,
Yes.
Tricia Littlebath.
Yes.
Mark Lee
Yes, motion passes. Thank you very much. What a long task that's been.
Did you put that dollar in the budget?
What's that?
The dollar in the budget?
I will.
Okay.
I'll amend our budget, and put the dollar in there, or I'll just pull it out of
got
my
some
wallet,
change.
one or the other.
Sorry, gotta make it funny sometimes.
Yeah, we gotta break it up. Next one is the intergovernmental agreement for trail maintenance. This is the best way I could title it. Janet Biles from the planner for HCMA, she came to talk to me. We set up a meeting. We were talking about the Metro Park to State Parkway pathway, park pathway connector, which, and I was careful not to put so much in your packet that blew up your computer. But I tried to put the link in there, and I can provide the link to get onto their site for the full extensive amount of documents. You know, the design is really to take the trail from our Field Crest Trail with a bridge over to 23, parallel Maltby Road, and the first phase, this phase, is to connect to Scranton, at Scranton School, where there's some trails. Ultimately, it would continue on in future phases westward and eventually tie in, I believe, over at the Brighton area recreation area, the other side of Brighton, south of Howell. This first one, they're seeking a grant. I think we put all the documentation in there. And what part of their grant requirement is to secure the agreement from Green Oak Township to handle parkway maintenance on that pathway within Green Oak Township, within the right-of-way, except HCMA property. And I looked at that. I have absolutely no idea if, when, and how our Fieldcrest South Trail is gonna get connected. I can't get anybody to move off of AASHTO standards, so TAP grants, both through DNR or other agencies, is going to require a 10-foot path, 2-foot shoulders, and there physically is not that room between Fieldcrest and MDOT right-of-way, or MDOT fencing property. So until we break that nut, and the other nut we have to break is between partway down this, I'm still going to call it Marion Hills property. Halfway down, we get into some extensive wetlands. We haven't got a clue how you're going to get to them wetlands, and I think most people can, that have watched the trail system, boardwalks, they work for the first couple of years, and then after that, boardwalks are a maintenance nightmare. Talking with Janet Biles, that's one of the other problems they have going further west than the Scranton School. You get by DeVroble Lake, down in some of them low areas on Maltby, there's going to be some extensive boardwalks. So nobody's figured out how to wrestle that animal yet. So that's to be decided. But this will give a connection from Scranton School to along Maltby to US 23 at Whitmore Lake Road. With the bridge, it gets us over to Fieldcrest. So I see that as a real viable connection within the next several years. So I think that is, you know, a good possibility. The one thing I have been very clear, and it's in our resolution, and I've raised one point, Green Oak Township would not be responsible for maintaining the bridge over US 23. We lack both the technical expertise and the financial resources to handle a pedestrian bridge over the highway. We just don't have the personnel or the funds. Yep. But other than taking care of the asphalt, de-weeding, mowing, all that kind of stuff, we can either do that by our maintenance crew or we can hire it out. And it's relatively straightforward. So I think this is an attractive alternative for the foreseeable future to try to get a connection made.
You had a response about the bridge maintenance?
Yeah,
The day I told her that, she understood that.
Okay.
okay.
So that's something that'll have to be determined, but, you know, a structure of that, I don't even know, quite honestly, what that is structure. I know it's an aluminum structure, but I don't know anything else about maintenance or that, so.
I'd hope that it had some type of screen where people can't use it as a jumping point, or people
You know,
throwing things through it. That's
I haven't looked at their details on that to that extent. I don't know how far they've gotten on that. But it's one thing that we don't have the capability.
Right.
But I have the capability, and I think the township has the resources that we could handle everything from where the bridge starts
Right,
west.
right.
We can do that, and I think we can commit to that.
It saves us a lot of headaches.
And Mark, this is contingent on that bridge being a reality, right?
Yeah, well, without
We don't
that,
want to stop at the freeway and now
well,
we don't connect.
and I'm not gonna say that because there's always other possibilities. I mean, right now, the bridge is their plan. We know from discussions that we've had with MDOT that the Lee Road Bridge is not sufficient to hang another bridge off of that. So you can't move it up to Lee Road and make that connection. That doesn't mean at some later date, if this bridge is not a reality, that, well, maybe the Lee Road Bridge gets rebuilt, like the Kensington Bridge got rebuilt where they put pedestrian alongside. Are there other alternatives? I never say never. But I think this is their plan right now. And I think this is I think a viable request and viable consideration.
And is this, obviously, this means this is what they need for the grant, to apply for the grant, to get the grant.
Right.
To see what happens at that point. And even if you're talking about the bridge over and you're talking about the 1.23 miles, that's including the bridge coming over to Fieldcrest.
Not the 1.23 miles. I didn't count that.
You didn't count that, so we're just taking care of that maintenance on that side of it?
That side of the
Okay,
bridge,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
Yep.
so, okay,
Yeah, and again, this is in a design and grant application process. So
right,
with this resolution, okay, they've satisfied that they're taking care of all of the maintenance of the trails on here in Clinton property. We're taking care of all of the trail system within Green Oak Townships except the bridge. That'll be part that they'll have to wrestle with, but at least they can move forward with their grant application.
and I think that's, to even see if this is something that's going to happen.
Yep. And we've had, and I will say it, we have had for many, many, many years, as far as I can remember back, always a really good working relationship with HCMA. When we needed property for the fire station and the police station, HCMA stepped up. Well, we worked out a deal. When we've needed other items, HCMA has stepped up. So we have been good, call it corporate municipal neighbors, and work well with each other, so. More questions, comments?
I think it's great. Since I've been on this board, Mark, I know you've had that itch to get that bike path and get everything through here, any which way but loose, and I think this is a way around it and getting it done.
Yeah, and I look at it as getting off the subject, but on the subject of trails, even though I don't know what's gonna happen with the Fieldcrest Run, because, I've mentioned we got wetlands, we've got boardwalks, we've got no right-of-way, and we've got at least 2 areas that we have to cross, Fieldcrest, which sometimes crossing Fieldcrest, it means like a lonely little road out there until you go to cross it, and then it's like a freeway. And when they open up underneath the bridge, Fieldcrest is still gonna get much busier down there. When you add all that up, okay, so now we're gonna have the trails coming underneath the bridges and the roundabouts to the east side of 23. One would say, well, if you're not doing this trail, that's kind of a waste. Not necessarily. Since MDOT purchased that property on the south side of 9 Mile up to just about where the old railroad grade is, it would not take a whole lot of endeavor to get a connection from that trail to North Main. And if you can get a connection to North Main into Whitmore, then you get into Whitmore Lake. So that gives the Northfield Township, Washington County residents access to our Mike Levine Trail going by the Woodland Correctional Facility. And eventually, this will end up making its way up north
Right.
someplace to tie into this. So it's called Connect the Dots. That's what we're trying to do, is connect the dots.
So HCMA actually gave us a map, and we had somebody that showed up at the township the other day, and he's like, "I'm trying to get from here to here, and my best way," and so we pulled the map out to say, well, we don't have that connector where you're at right now. You have to go up to J.C. Penney, and you have to do that, or you have to go on the other side of 9 Mile to Hamburg Township, well, by the prison, go up through Hamburg, and then take your bike trail. And I think he was from Grand Blanc, and he brought his bike, wanted to park it here, and just do the whole trail system. So, I mean, like I said, I think at some point, it's gonna be great when we can.
Yeah, and to say you can't get from here to there, yeah, that's, right now is true, because you
Yeah.
can't get underneath the 9 Mile M36 bridge. But even for a bicyclist, and they use our trail and they get here to Silver Lake Road, Fieldcrest is one of those roads that, yeah, can get busy, but yeah, is also not a bad road to ride, a bike on, and you could still, even though you don't have a trail, you can get down eventually to 9 Mile and use the trail. So it's not connectless,
Right.
shall we say. You got to think outside the box on some of this stuff.
Okay.
So what's everybody's thoughts?
Well, I would 100% make a motion for the resolution number 13, 2025, intergovernmental agreement, road right-of-way, trail maintenance, Metro to State Park pathway connector.
Support?
Okay, we have a motion and support. Discussion on the motion? Hearing none, roll call. Kelly?
Dan Rico,
Yes.
Tricia Littlebaby,
Yes.
James Bettles,
Yes.
Randy Brady,
Yes.
Mark Pinterle.
Yes, resolution is adopted. And thank you. I will let everybody know tomorrow.
Your time wasn't wasted.
No.
Oh,
Thank you for
okay.
being here
Something
and,
about a trail on the agenda, so I had to be here.
yes.
Okay, with that, do we have any discussion items needed tonight? Hearing none, committee reports. Okay, hear none, there is no executive session needed tonight, so we will open the last call to the public. Yes, ma'am.
Have you all seen these brochures about the trail?
We may have some here, but I'm not sure.
I have plenty.
Okay.
And then we pulled this mileage chart out of the brochure and made it carryable, so you're welcome to those. You want me to hand them out?
Either way, we'll put them out in the
Either way,
front.
we can put them out to the public too.
Okay, they're all yours.
And I'll share them on the Facebook page to let people know they can come get them.
Oh, great. And
Yes.
I've taken them to the bike shops, and a while back I took them to the libraries, but they're probably all out of them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Gross?
Good evening. For those of you who don't remember me, my name is Jay Gross. I'm a member of the Livingston County Board of Commissioners, representing District 9, which is all of Green Oak and a small piece of Hamburg. I was last here a couple of years ago. I apologize for not showing up in between. Today I'm here to talk to you about the Green Oak Historical Society celebration. Green Oak Historical Society was formed 50 years ago. The actual date was a couple of weeks ago in July. And because of the 50-year anniversary, they're planning a celebration, and we have it scheduled for Sunday, September 21st. And so I've got some flyers here that we've had made up that give the pertinent information. I have copies for all of you, plus the absentees. And I've got some extra copies if they could be put up on a bulletin board if you have one here. It's, as I said, it's going to be Sunday, September 21st, so mark your calendar. We're going to start with an ice cream social at noon for families. It's free. There'll be some entertainment. We'll have some museum tours. We'll have the start of a basket raffle. Then the dinner's going to be in the hall at 6 o'clock. We're going to have a presentation. We're going to have a video streaming showing the history of the old Township Hall. As you may or may not recall, that building was built in 1856 as the first Township Hall, and it's getting good use now. And then we're going to have a basket raffle. So it should be a fun event, and we cordially invite you to join us. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yeah, and any extras that you have, we'll see that where they get distributed.
Yes, yes.
I
You can-
have copies here with my card for every board member, and then several extras.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
And I don't know if there's some board members who haven't been through the museum over there.
This one,
Take time to go.
I have to go.
Yep.
I have to go.
It's a project in process.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
you.
By the way, one other thing, I would like to, think, we have a police chief here. I'd like to commend him for getting the accreditation. That's fantastic. We're very fortunate in Livingston County that our sheriff's department has been accredited for several years, and they were the very first sheriff's department in the state of Michigan to get full accreditation. So it's a significant accomplishment, and my congratulations, sir. Again, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else tonight wishing to address the Township Board at the last call of the public? See none, with the board's indulgence, I have one other item I forgot to bring up. I talked to Tricia earlier today. Now, it was made aware that one of our residents over in Centennial Farms, I forgot the lady's name, Dorothy,
Dorothy's a great name. It was my
It-
mom's name, so we'll just say Dorothy.
Dorothy. She's a frequent user of the Center for Active Adults over in South Lyon. I was made aware this morning from our director that on the 30th of the month, she turns 100. And she still goes over there and plays cards. So I think next Wednesday, she's there definitely on Wednesday. We're going to try to head over there. Maybe we can do a little something,
Little
put
birthday
our heads
party. Yeah.
together and celebrate her 100th birthday.
That's really amazing.
So I'll get the details if we can pull something together.
I already said.
All right, with that, at this time, we stand adjourned.